Hello, we are live, everybody. Hope you are doing good today. um, my name is Shola Matthew, and I'm not alone here. I have with me here Gold, but very soon you're going to see her, where she's going to share some amazing things with us. Today, what we are going to look at is digital for non-profit. So if you are here with us, let us know where you're joining us from, your name and where you're joining us from. Drop it in the comment section. We would like to know where you are joining us from. Okay, drop your name and where you're joining us from. We'd like to know where you're joining us from. Thank you for joining us today. It's going to be an amazing time together. All right. So, your name and where you're joining us from. Let me quickly um, remind those people in our group we are live. All right. So, your name and where you're joining us from quickly. Let us know your name and where you're joining us from. We'll be happy to know your name and where you're joining us from. So, today we're going to look at, we're actually going to look at, what is it called? We're going to look at NGO. Talking about NGO and non-profit. We are going to look at the different tools that you can use for your NGO and so much more. All right. So make sure that you join us from beginning to the end so that you can gain so much value from what we are actually going to share today. Oh, I can see you, Immaculata. You are very much welcome all the way from Abuja. I think I should give the first person who just joined, I should give you a gift. All right. Maybe we're going to think about something. All right. So if you have an NGO at the end, if you wait to the end, we're going to give you something at the end, especially for Immaculata that is just joining. That is the first person to join and comment. We're going to give you a free strategy call. All right. For your NGO. If you have an NGO, anyway, just send me a message and we're going to give you a free strategy call, like 30 minutes to 1 hour, to talk about your NGO and how you can, promote your NGO. All right. So thank you so much for joining us, Immaculata. All right. So if you're here and you're here live, right, let us know where you are joining us from. So what we want to look at today, actually, we want to look at NGO for, digital for nonprofit. Why am I saying NGO? Maybe because in Nigeria, most NGOs, not most nonprofits are usually called NGOs. All right. So perhaps that is the reason. Oh, we also have good good from Ekiti. Anyway, yeah. So thank you so much for joining us. And we have Obiora Lawrence from Kaduna. Thank you so much for joining us. Yeah. So if you are just joining, let us know where you're joining us from and let us know your name and where you're joining us from. We'll be happy to let others know. Now, we want to talk about digital for nonprofit. And I must tell you, this is actually going to be one of the most amazing time you'll be spending with us today, as we're going to take you through how you can amplify your work with digital, right? So, first of all, these are the context of what we'll be looking at, right? We're going to be looking at non-profit digital health check. So be prepared for to check your health as a non-profit. Then we're going to look at tools. I actually wrote the 21 tools, but at the end, I think I'm going to even put more than that, because at the end of this webinar, if you register for this webinar, you're going to receive this presentation slide in your email. So everything that we're going to be doing will be sent to you via email. And we're going to look at opportunities for nonprofits and how to leverage these opportunities. Then we're going to talk about case studies, and then we'll look at question and answer. So quick one: digital health, right? For your nonprofit. So we want to actually check how, do you have the following. Now, if you have the following, all you need to do is to write it down. So as we're going to look at this slide now, let me remove this from the screen. All right, so you see we have Do you have a functional website? Now, these are just basics, but we are putting up this just to let you know that, oh, these are some of the things that at least your NGO should have, right? You're welcome, Sarah Bossede. Thank you so much for joining us. You're welcome. Blessing. Wow, Blessing. Nice to see you from Ekiti State. All right. So digital health check. Do you have a functional website? Like I said, these are just basics that you should know. Do you have social media accounts? Now it's not about having different social media accounts, but you should have something that your NGO that works for your NGOs. Okay. Now, do you also have a newsletter? If you have social media accounts, if you have functional website, do you have a newsletter? When we talk about newsletter, we're talking about um, you know, we are talking about ability for people to receive newsletter from you. The list is once per month, where you'll be able to share things with your maybe with your donors, with your volunteers, and then they will be able to buy something from you. You understand what I mean? I mean, maybe they will be able to donate. They'll be able to donate to your NGO and to say, oh, thank you for you know maybe there's some latest news you want to share about your NGO. You'll be able to share all of that with them. Now, the next thing is actually, um, do you have an easy way to get donations from people who are willing to donate to you? It's not enough for you to have account number, right? It's not enough for you to have account number. Can people go to your website even at night when you are not there, and then they'll be able to donate to you? All right. So this is very, very important. Then, do you have trackable analytics? If somebody visits your social media account today, will you be able to know? If somebody visits your website today, will you be able to know? And so much more, right? And by the time by the time we get to the case studies, you will see how some of us, have been able to leverage on digital to actually, help people by getting donations and so on and so forth. Because I know that donation is the life wire of any NGO. Either it is donation or grant, right? These are ways by which you can attract what we are discussing here today. All right. So now, why digital for nonprofit? To be honest with you, if your NGO, has a digital ecosystem set up, you'll be able to raise awareness about your nonprofit. Right. For example, our second speaker here, she's going to speak very soon. Gold. If you check Ekiti, just you'll be able to see some of the incredible things that she's doing in Ekiti State, right? And she's using social media, for example, and she also has a website. Our NGO also has a website. She's using social media, to amplify the work that she does with our NGO. And with that, you'll be able to raise awareness. Several people will be able to know you. I was even surprised one day like that. Somebody just sent me a message, via our email, our NGO email. And, because I also have access to that email. And the person just like, hello, I learned about your NGO from Google. Now I'm even talking about the second one, right, which is raise funds. I learned about your NGO from Google. Um, can you please send your account number so that we can donate to your NGO? And guess what? I was even thinking maybe it's all these scammers because sometimes you have to be careful too. So anyway, I sent the account number, and before you know it, the person actually sent in the money, and that money we're able to make good use of it. Now imagine that we don't have a digital presence such that people will be able to donate, to us. And one thing is very important. See, the other time we're looking at your digital health check would say, do you have a functional website? See, it's not enough for an NGO or non-profit, right? Maybe you are a church, because even a church is a non-profit, right? Maybe you're a church, you're a CSO or anything like that. It's not enough for you to just have a social media presence. You must have a functional website, because excuse me, when people are trying to search for NGO in Ekiti, NGO in Lagos, or NGO in Abuja, or maybe a church near me, people aren't going to go to social media and start searching for those things. Social media is basically for socializing. It's good that your social media, that your NGO has a social media account, but it's not enough, because you should be found on Google. Do you understand what I mean? So that is why it is important that you have a website, so that people can go there 24/7 and search for, okay, and search for what you are doing, and then they can be able to contact you. Then you'll be able to raise funds. You know, there are several um there are several non there are several what is it called now? There are several people outside, outside Nigeria, who want to support your NGO with grant, right? But if they can't find you online, it will look as if maybe maybe you are not, it's just like you are not really functioning. That's the way to put it, right? That is the way to put it. So in this age, before you accept NGOs that have incredible records, right? For example, I know an NGO in Ekiti State, right? For I think I can mention, because it's a good thing I want to say about them, is Big If. They've been getting grants and all that. That is because they've been having, even before they had a website. Now they've had a website. Even before they had a website, they've been getting this grant. Why? Because at the time, people outside the country, don't usually look at, maybe, do you have a website, do you have social media? They just want to look at your impact alone. But today, partners want to see if you have a website, if you have a digital presence. They want to be able to measure impact even without coming, right? For instance, there was a time that they wanted to carry a research program in Ekiti State. I think it's called um, place-based innovation, place-based innovation, right? Place-based innovation. Yes, by UK Innovate. And do you know that they actually contacted our organization? They were trying to search for, an organization in Ekiti. We were the only organization that was contacted at the time in Ekiti State. Although we didn't make it, to win that proposal, because we weren't all experienced in that particular aspect that they wanted. So they gave it to an organization in Abuja that carried out that research at the time. But right now, they're even working with us in Ekiti State and several other organizations in Ekiti. How did they find us? Online. So that is why it is important, that these days, now that the COVID has disrupted a lot of things, organizations don't come to a state, or maybe Abuja, and they want to start looking for NGOs or churches that they can support. They will just Google it from wherever they are, and then they will say they want to support this NGO or this church or this nonprofit, and then they'll come to that NGO. The next thing is you'll be able to recruit volunteers. See, you cannot do all of your work by yourself, right? If you have a nonprofit, you can't do all of this work by yourself. You need hands to help you. You need hands to join to work with you to achieve your organization's vision, right? Vision and missions. So it is important that you're able to recruit volunteers. And if you have digital presence, people these days like to see NGOs that are doing things, especially online. So if you just put it out and say, oh, we need so people, we need people to join us for this outreach, you'll see people coming to join you. So you'll be able to recruit volunteers, people who are going to offer their services for your nonprofit, and then to help achieve the the goal that you want to achieve. So these are just three things that were listed here. Raise awareness, raise funds, or get grants. Funds is grants, donations, and all of that. Then you'll be able to recruit volunteers. Now I want to talk about digital tools for nonprofit. Now these tools are not like all the tools, and it's not like you have to use all of them, right? Apart from social media, for example, I believe you would need social media for your NGO. For example, if you want to run paid ads, I mean, see, if you have run ads before for your non-profit, can you drop a comment? Let us know in the chat. Let us know in the chat if you have run any ads. Maybe you want to raise fund or you want to create an awareness, for your non-profit in a particular location. Drop it in the chat. We would like to know if you have done something like that for your non-profit before. Okay, we would like to know if you have done something like that for your non-profit. Maybe you have run ad. I'm not talking about just posting on social media, right? It's good. You can be able to post on social media and people are going to be able to find you. But have you run ads before? Most NGOs don't do that. And it's incredibly important for you to be able to do, to run ads, even if it's not to raise donation, to just raise a particular, to create a campaign and awareness. For example, election is coming up next year, right? There are some NGOs or non-profit that actually work on elections, right? This is the time to start running, advert. Maybe you want to create an awareness on gender inclusiveness in elections. This is the time to start running those kind of advert, right? To create that campaign. Wow. Blessing Omotunde says, yes, we have. Yeah, that's incredible for their NGO. Yes, and I believe Gold too. Yes, Gold Foundation too have done something like that before. Sorry, Good is actually here with us. She's with me, at the back end where I'm doing the presentation. So even if she drops comments, I'm the only one that will be able to see that. But she's engaging with us as well. Thank you very much, Gold. All right, we also have Joben Ayamba from Imo State. We have Olawumi Ayomide Adekunle from Ado Ekiti. Thank you so much for joining us. All right. By the way, for those people who are joining, right, we are going to share, we're going to share a link, right, later on if you are live, because we're going to share that link and we'll delete it. Right, so that you'll be able to fill the form. Then when you fill the form, we're going to send your certificate of attendance to you that you actually join this webinar. Okay, right. Yep. So anyway, we're also seeing your name, so that's another way to measure it. Yeah, so I was saying that it's important that you're able to run ads, in order to to reach more people. When you just post on social media, that's what we call organic posting or organic reach. People will be able to see your ad, especially people who follow you, or if your friends share, their own friends will be able to see it. So you're really able to gain so much traction online. But if you run ads, for example, let's say you want to run ads on gender equality or awareness about to prevent gender-based violence, right? If you run that ad, you can be able to target only women to come and report. Maybe you want them to come and report, right? And so on and so forth. But with just posting online, it won't be able to really do that. So these are some of the tools that we recommend. We have Grammarly. Grammarly is just basically to check your grammar. We've not, when I was creating this slide, I didn't arrange them into categories, but by the time we'll be sending them to you via email, we should be able to, arrange them in categories for you. Then we have Canva. Canva is big. What we use to design this presentation is Canva. Do you know the website that you use to register for this event, especially the one that has, that you click, that has the information about this webinar? We use Canva to create that landing page. It's called landing page anyway. It's more like a website. We use Canva to create it, right? So Canva is very powerful. And if you are a non-profit, towards the end of this webinar, we're going to show you how you can register to get Canva Pro account for free, right? Especially as a non-profit. Okay. Then we have MailChimp. MailChimp is basically for newsletter, right? You can use MailChimp to send newsletter for people to know more about your NGO or to engage donors and so on and so forth. Then Google Analytics is basically to check how many people are coming to your website, from which countries are they coming to your website, how are they coming to your website, are they coming from social media, you'll be able to track it. Then we have Google Workstation, something like Google Doc. If you are a non-profit, right, registered non-profit, we'll also be able to show you how to get some of these workstation, Google offers some incredible things for free for non-profit as well. For example, they will give you ad credit. Our NGO, we were able to apply for Google's non-profit, and they gave us up to $10,000 per month. We are not able to withdraw the money, but they give us in order to run ads with it, right? And the ad is though limited, but of course, it's search ad. So if you go to online now, we recently started. If you search for Christiana Titilayo Foundation, for instance, you most likely see that ad. If you will have another device with you right now, I want you to go try that. Just search for Christiana Titilayo Foundation, and or search for foundation in Ekiti or a non charity in Ekiti. Most likely you'll be able to see that ad showing first, as a Google search ad. Okay, so these are some of the things that you can gain when you have a digital presence. But you cannot apply for all of these things if you don't have a website, right? You can apply. It's important that you have a website in order to be able to apply. Then we have InShot, right? InShot is basically used for social media, for editing videos, right? Maybe you want to edit videos that you post on social media. You don't necessarily need to spend a whole lot of money to designers or video graphics to create some simple things. You just use those things and you post them on your social media. DaVinci is also used to create. DaVinci, Shotgun, and iMovie, they also used to edit videos. iMovie is only available for people using iPhone or MacBook. Then we have remove.bg. If you want to remove the background of an image, right, just go to remove.bg and then you'll be able to remove it. You see, it's very simple with just one click, right? We have meme generator, we have Unsplash. Don't worry, we're going to send all of these things so that you'll be able to check them out. On Splash and Pixabay, for example, there are some images that if you need, you don't need to pay for them. We call them stock images that you can use for free. You just go there and download these images. That's what designers use, right? Evernote for collaboration, especially for writing, and all of that. Then we have Zoom. Many of us know Zoom, so I don't really need to explain much about it. It's for collaboration too. Then we have Audacity, is used to edit. Maybe if you want to be running podcasts for your NGO. And as I mentioned Audacity, I just remember there's also an app called Anchor, right? Your NGO can use it for podcasting, right? So that is one way to reach a wider people. We have Linktree. Linktree is on social media where you'll be able to put different links directing to different places in your website. Then we have Hotspot Topic Generator, Campaign Builder. Hotspot Topic Generator, for example, if you want to write a story or a blog, a blog post, just put the topic, right? And then Hotspot will help you to generate certain different topics that will be useful to you. Then we have newsletter spam checker. We have Google Alerts, Dropbox, and of course, the last but not least, Google Search. Google Search is basically, everybody should be able to search for things online, right? So maybe there's something that you really need. Just go on Google and search for these things online. Now, these are I just take, 2 opportunities that I'm going to share with you today on how you can maximize them. If you go to online, and that's why I mentioned Google Search, if you go online and search for opportunities for nonprofits, you will see a lot of them. But I'm just picking these 2 so that, these are things that you can apply for today and, you can start working on today. The first one is Google for Nonprofit, and that is the link for you to apply. So Google will be able to give you up to 10,000 per month, $10,000 per month of ad grant, right? So that you'll be able to apply. So that you're able to amplify your nonprofit. Then the second one is Canva for Nonprofit. That's the link. Canva will give you up to 50 people. You can add up to 50 people. Before it was 10. But recently, after this program that Canva did, Canva Create, they had a conference. They increased it to 50. So you can add 50 team members to your Canva for Nonprofit account. And those people will be able to, design, download, and all of that. Yeah, so I'm going to come over right now and give Gold an opportunity, to speak with us, tell us the story of how, non-profit, I mean, digital has been able to help our non-profit. This is someone that I really, really respect a lot. The first time I met her, I think it was at Ekiti State University. We went for an event, and since that time, she's, developed herself. She's been doing incredibly, especially in Ekiti State, helping children and helping other non-profit, training and all of that. So, Gold, over to you. You are muted.
Thank you, Shala Matthew. Thanks so much. And we
You're
missed you in
welcome.
Ekiti State. We really missed you
Miss you
because
too.
we leveraged the organization to carry out most digital programs in Ekiti State. But since you are not yet not with us again now, we really missed you. And thanks
Miss you.
for everything, all you do for us. Even while you are over there, you are still helping us in Ekiti State.
Thank you.
So good morning, everyone. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever we are streaming from. My name is Gold, and I run a charity organization named Goddard Foundation. And so far, social media especially has helped me to amplify my work in the organization, making use of different digital tools and technologies to amplify my own work. Recently, I have someone that came to the office to drop some items for the children at the orphanage. I don't know the person, but when I called, the person said she saw the work on. She was maybe looking for charity organization orphanage home in Ekiti. Then she saw good art, so she located the address on Google Map through Google Map, and she was able to drop some items on in the office. And also, I've received several calls that when I asked them, so Google from Google My Business, that they saw our work on Google My Business, and they came to drop some items for the children. Some will even say they want to join the organization by volunteering, sending message via Google My Business. So social media has really helped. And talking about our Facebook, Instagram, and which other one? Twitter. Those three too has also helped us to project our work. And last few months, I think February, we got a Davido grant donation for the orphanage, and it was via social media. I think Davido put it on his page. Then he want to apply during his birthday. I think his birthday was November last year, so he put it out there. So I applied, like I just applied just like normal organization. Then I make mention of other organizations in Ekiti State, because in Ekiti State, other orphanage, have they don't have this social media visibility. So I needed to mention them so that they can know that there are orphanages in Ekiti State. Why I apply for mine, and I helped other people, at least let them to apply. Fortunately, we got the fund this year, February, and it really went a long way. We were able to construct a well. We are able to even register the orphanage, complete the roofing of the orphanage through the grants, and other things we're able to provide for the orphanage home we use the grants for. So social media is something that we cannot overlook in our work. So I tell people that if you know you have village people, you cannot make use of social media. That means you cannot project your work on social media. But if you know that you don't have village people, and no village people is chasing after you, monitoring you, then you need to come out there so that people can know what you can do and about your work. Because the more you talk about your work, the more people get to know, and the more opportunity you get and resources you get. For not-profit organization, we can't keep on depending on grants. We also depend on individual donations, donation by deals, in order to carry out of our activities. So by the time you put your out there, maybe you do little thing, then you put it out there, people will go see it, they'll get to see it, your friends, they'll get to see it, know about what you are doing, and before you know it, they'll start donating bit by bit. And we know one drop of water makes an ocean. So they'll keep on donating, and some can decide to be donating monthly. I have some people that they donate to the organization monthly, that the only thing that I know that the frequency in their name, the same name every month, but I've never got to meet them or even have their contact, but they kept on. Even I've received donations from abroad. Maybe I've received from UK, from South Korea. We have received from US too, that they just saw it on Facebook. Oh, I want to support you. And this set of people, they will tell you that I want to support you, but you don't need to say thank you, and you don't need to even call them to even say anything, that they just want to donate. So people are like that. So that's why I said we can't keep on leveraging grants to carry out our work only. We need to leverage social media and other technologies in order to carry out our activities and make money, because that is our own driver. In order to carry out our, we need money, we need resources, we need donors, enough donors, in order to carry out our work. So social media has really helped the work so far. And also it was through social media, there was a grant recently, to I think a few months ago, from I went to Kigali, Rwanda, for the Africa Youth Social Innovator. So I was one of the top 10 selected in Africa for the grant. It was through social media too. When you see a link on social media, then you click on the link. And nowadays, when donors want to fund you, or funders want to fund you, they will request for your social media URL. Then they will look through the work you'll be doing over time in order to support you and know how to support you. They want to be sure that what you are using their money for is safe, and what you are using for their money for, you can account for it. So, and one of the way we can account for whatever we are using our donors money to do is via social media, posting our activities on social media for every other people to see. And the more we post on social media, the more we attract our potential donors. When you post an activity, maybe we supported a child education, enroll a child back to school now, you see some people, they will have interest. It's just like some people, they don't know, they have the money, they have the resources, but they don't know how to go about it. And some people even want to volunteer out for your organization, but they don't know how to go about it if you're not putting your work out there. So when you support a child and you talk about how you pick the child from the street and you enroll the child back to school, they will see it and, oh, I want to do this, I don't know how to go about it, can I support? So some will support, maybe monetarily, and some will even connect you to other donors that can support that particular projects you are running at that particular time. So there are so many ways social media has really helped, that we've leveraged social media in carrying out our activities. And till date, we can't do without posting our work online. And the more we post online, the more we get more resources to sustain our organization. And trust me, for non-profit organization, like I said earlier, that we can keep on, you will be tired of writing proposal as time goes on. You keep on writing proposal, but we need to, Shona Matthew make mention of an NGO the other time, that it was their credibility that is sustaining them. Yes, they've been doing the work over time, and funders have seen it, so they attract funders based on what they've been doing. And now they are making use of social media. They have websites. So even the websites also too, we have so many social media that works for us. So it depends on the one that works for you. The one that works for you, you leverage that one very well in order to carry out your activities. So not that we cannot do everything, but just you can pick the one that works for you. For us in Godart Foundation, for us at Godart Foundation, Facebook work for us a lot. Twitter work for us a lot too. I think the two are our major. Though we post on Instagram, but we get our resources from Facebook, from Twitter, and for other technologies, Google technologies. Now Google My Business has also helped us, and all the social media and other Google technologies has been helping us. And ability to set up the your profile on social media too has really helped us, like putting your WhatsApp button on your organization social media page. With that, people can easily click on it and come to your WhatsApp directly to inquire or to ask anything they want to ask or donate. As at yesterday night, someone still reached out via WhatsApp that I could not respond on WhatsApp, so she needed to call me that she maybe he has a donation to give to the orphanage, but she does not know the office because she's in Akure and she would like to come to Ado to donate. And I said, wow, that okay. Then I gave her the address that okay, well, pending the time, just wait so and let me see how I can seek someone in Akure to even get their terms instead of you coming out down to the states for that. So setting up the organization profile, it's very paramount when you want to attract your donors or your funders. So there are so many ways that is uncountable that social media, and even me personally, social media has also amplified my work. I love to train, I love to talk. So when I facilitate a session in any program, then I come back on social media to report, to talk about what I've done on that particular session. And before you know it, another organizations will call me to facilitate on that maybe similar topic or similar program. So there are so many ways when we put ourselves out there. So if you know you are not afraid of your village people, so please come out, then put your work on social media and always share the link to with other people, encourage people. It's not every time we need to run ads. Even when you sometimes we as non-profit organization, we don't even have the money to run the ad. As small we think the money is, we don't even have the resources. But continuous posting and being active on social media and engaging people, like at least it's people that knows you that will first buy whatever you have. We might not be selling anything, but we are selling service as a non-profit organization. So it's whatsoever you or those people that knows you that will first patronize you, donate, like your page, share your page. Do so you don't look at the numbers of likes, you don't look at the number of engagements you are having when you are running a non-profit organization, but just be consistent with whatever you are doing and having a good maybe pictorial evidence for your work, videos too to put on social media so that it can really project your work and people will see what you are doing. And once in a while, you talk about what you are doing, you talk about your impact. Sometimes we list out what we've achieved in a month, 2 months, periodically. Then people will be amazed that wow. I have some people that they will make reference to maybe some of those our impact of written. Then they'll bring that how can I join? How can I be part of it? And so many, and some people that are not even having the resources now, you see them coming to pledge their commitment. I love what you are doing. I wish to support and I will when I'm capable. So some will even call you or shut up with you to encourage you. So these are things that is making us to thrive in the non-profit space or the development space. So putting whatever you have on social media, making use of your website that you can even publish you can publish your work on your blog on your website. You can do a lot of things using your this thing. Just be putting your beautiful pictures, beautiful videos, and talk about it. So content also matters. Like nowadays, people don't really like to read long content. So ability to summarize, having the skill to summarize also will help you whenever you are posting on social media. So there are many people that want to volunteer for non-profit organization if you are visible. If you are visible enough, so people want to volunteer. So you can, even without paying them yet, you can easily engage them to help you to do maybe graphics. And Shadow Max mention of some tools like we use like Canva. The presentation is doing that he did the other time, and even the graphic, he makes use of Canva. So Canva, there are Canva for non-profit. So there's nothing you are looking for you won't see on Canva when it comes to designs. So you design well your work, your flyers, your presentation, your slide, you do everything via your Canva. And if you are even scared of maybe grammatical errors in your post, you can make use of Grammarly. He make mention of that also. So there are so many beautiful tools that you don't even need to stress yourself that will help you to project your work better. And we have also other applications that you can use to schedule your post. If you know you don't have money to pay a social media manager or a website manager, you can use the applications to schedule. We have Usuit, we have Schedit, we have other tools you can use to schedule your post whenever you want to post if you know you are a busy type. And but when it comes to non-profit space or the development space, we follow the non-profit space is not flat. We have our landscape is not flat, so there's always a paradigm shift at interval. So if you've set some particular post for a particular time, sometimes it might not work that way. Something might just there might be a shift that you need to quickly adjust to post about that particular thing. So we need to run with the trend when we are in the development space, because we have a lot of social problems and the social concern keep on increasing. And if your thematic area aligns with whatever that is trending at that particular time, that means you need to schedule your posts, your activities on such that particular thing, so that even when people are also talking about that, with the correct use of hashtag. So hashtag is also something that has helped us to so far in whatever we are doing, making use of the necessary or the trending hashtag will help you, and not misusing the hashtag. If you are into gender, your post is carrying gender, maybe gender equality, gender this, gender that. When people go online to search for gender related whatever, or education, if your hashtag is education as before, so, and these people, they want to support or they want to do anything, so by the time they search for it, they will just see education, they'll see gender, then they'll go through your page and see, okay, these are the people we can partner with. And all these things enhances collaboration, synergy among NGOs, partners, and trust partners, hashtag. So when your work are visible online, you will get more resources. Like I said, it's not every time we keep on writing proposal and start doing fundraising. A time will come whereby if you harness your social media well, you will be sleeping and donors will be coming, they will be calling you, they will be dropping items in your office, they will seek for collaborations, even partners outside the states. Recently we also had an activity, Pad Up, whereby the organization that reached out to us said they saw our work on social media from Lagos, so that they want to have an activity to distribute parts to secondary school, about maybe 500 girls in Ekiti State. Then they seek for partnership, in which we collaborated with them, and we were able to arrange everything. And they came down from Lagos to carry out the activities. So it's just a way to amplify our work and to enhance our own work. So that is how social media has helped us at our own end, and lots more that I cannot even lay my hands upon now. So my own advice is for us to just go on social media, do your bit, and if you have the financial capacity, ensure you employ someone that can help you. And when the person is helping you, the social media manager is helping you, and other maybe digital manager that can direct you, guide you, just like something like this now that you are learning about things you can do to amplify your work and to attract a fund for your NGO. So with these little things you do that might seem little, it's not little, it will go a long way if you really apply everything that has been learned. And lastly, I would like to say, set up your organization profile very well. Your Twitter, your Instagram, your Facebook, whatever, and ensure you are on Google My Business. You get feedback when you're on Google My Business. You get mail. Okay, these are people that have reached yourself. These are people that you have a message. You have this, you have that, and put whatever your office location on Google Map. Put it on Google Map. If you cannot do it yourself, look for people that can do it. Shola Matthew is an expert, so he can do a lot of things when it comes to digital tool or anything technologies. So put so that when people even search on Google, and what we are looking for is that when people search your name on maybe your name or your organization name on Google, I think the first page should be talking about your organization. The first page of the when you search should be talking about your organization. Maybe this go that go that this thing. So that is why you need to set up your organization profile well, and run activities, be consistent with your activities, you're posting everything, so that everything is just, these things are just building up. So when people search your name on Google, and maybe someone wants to take Uber or Bolt going to somewhere, and they put your organization name on Google, on Bolt, on Uber app. If they are not seeing it there, it's as if these people, they are not even having this kind of visibility, and encourage people to also review. Maybe someone has patronized you, or you render service to them, or they've supported you, so you can just share the link with them so that they can review, and they will mark 5 star for you. And with that, people will start coming to your page, and they'll start getting to know you more. So I think that is the little I can share for now. Thank you.
Wow. That is incredible. Guys, if you got so much value from what Gold just shared, can you drop your favorite emoji in the chat? Drop your favorite emoji. This is something that, if she's going to teach privately, she's going to get, you're going to pay her a lot of money, but she's sharing all of this value for free. She mentioned the fact that as non-profits, you cannot continue to depend on grant. You need donations from individuals, and the way to get this is when you have a digital ecosystem. You're active on social media, you have a website, you have a Google My Business or Google business profile. It's now called Google Business Profile, and so much and so forth. Right. So I want, come on, yeah, thank you so much. I can see although it's appearing here as as good vibes. That's your favorite emoji. Thank you so much. And Immaculata says thanks Gold. So Gold, people are thanking you for the amazing value that you have shared. Thank you so much. Now the actually, some of you might not know, but when she mentioned all of those grants and for example, Davido grant that she got for a non-profit and other grants like that, they are worth thousands of naira, right? Thousands. When I say thousand, I want you to know they are actually very, very thousand. And few organizations in Ekichi actually have gotten something like that. So I want to encourage you, with all the things that we have shared today, make sure that you put them into use. It's very, very important that you put them into use. Like we said, we're going to share this presentation slide, and you can always come back to the link of this video, right, that we share in the group to watch the replay of this webinar. We're also going to share the replay of the webinar via email to those people who have registered. All right, thank you so much. So let's continue so that we can quickly leave this place. All right, now we are at question and answer. Right after this question and answer, don't go away. We're going to give you an opportunity to work with us, because Gold and I want to work with some of the non-profits, right? Wherever you are in the world, we'll be able to work with you one-on-one to amplify your non-profit. So if you have any question for either me or Gold, this is the time to ask your question. All right. So Solomon here is asking, it says, in social media handle, is it your personal handle or you open a separate handle for organization? I think this question is directed at Gold. Are you still here? Do you want to answer that?
Okay, I'm here.
All right.
Wow, you Solomon asked, then Solomon is an entity. Your organization is an entity. So you are different. So when you have an organization, open everything you want to do separately for the organization. Social media, put it is the name of that organization or initiative you are running. So that is for initiative, not for Solomon. Then for Solomon, have a separate everything for Solomon too. So your organization or initiative is an entity. It is not you.
All right, thank you so much. Good. Hope you guys got that right. So Solomon will ask that question. You see, that is why there's something we call understanding your audience and branding, right? By the time we get to that point where God and I we're going to work with you, you're going to understand your audience, and you're going to understand your branding and how you should speak with them. For instance, like she said, you yourself, Solomon Okere, is an entity. You are different from your organization. That is why it is important for you to have another account for your NGO. In her case, she has accounts for her NGO, and then she has her own personal account. Now, that does not mean that you won't be able to talk about your NGO on your personal account. Of course, you can, but it's best that you have, an account, a social media account for your own NGO. I hope you got that, Solomon. Thank you so much, Gold, for that awesome, amazing
Okay,
answer.
I would like
Okay.
to add also.
Mm.
So, like Shola Matthew said, that that does not mean you cannot post on your personal page too. So, what you can do is to share. You share on your own
Mm.
personal page so that people can easily be directed to go to that your page to even like it and engage in your activity. And your personal handle, or when you're opening a page, is different from business. So when you open for your organization or initiative, you're opening a business page for
Yeah.
your own initiative or organization, not the personal you are using for yourself. So we have to type your personal, we have the business page too.
Thank you so much, Good. Yeah. So if you're opening an account for your NGO, make sure that it's a business page. The some of the things that we mentioned earlier, for example, maybe you want to run ads, and you want to, even aside even running ads, you want to see how people are engaging with your page. You want to see how your reach, maybe your campaign is actually working. You are reaching more people. Sometimes you can have like 100 likes or 100 people following you on social media, and your campaign or your tweet is reaching like 1,000 to 10,000 or even 1 million people impression, right? So it is a business page that can help you see those kind of stuff. All right. Thank you so much, Gold. Joben Ayamba says, how can someone start this NGO? All right. At the you know at the end of this webinar, like as we said, we are going to give you opportunity to work with us. So if you want to start NGO, Gold and I can consult for you on how to start NGO. In fact, we can even train your organization, right? We train you as Gold has a particular course, right? That on how someone, I think, Gold, you can speak more about that course. There are a lot of people have been starting their own NGO, having incredible results, and Gold has been the one training them on how to start this. So, Gold, please talk about that particular course and how someone can enroll. Mhm.
Okay, thank you, Shola Matthew. I remember
Yeah.
before Shola Matthew left Nigeria, we were planning to partner together in order to have a physical class for the NGO Academy. At Goddard Foundation, we have an NGO Academy for
Mhm.
social innovators that want to start up or they want to improve how to form, establish, and develop their NGO and manage their NGO. So we have an NGO Academy for that, Goddard Foundation Mentorship NGO Academy. So if you want to start an NGO, we can help you. All these things, branding and what we've been discussing about since, is part of our courses we do give. And we have the online, a month online course, and we also have the physical class too. So anyone you want to go for. So it's a period. And so far I've helped over 50 individuals to start up their own NGO. They even, I do registration of NGOs to register, like everything about NGO, help you to set up your NGO. And I have some clients over there. I have some clients in UK, US that they are passionate about running an NGO. So what I do for them, they go through the training, then I help them to set their NGO in the state they want, employ staff and monitor it while they do other things too. So we help you to do everything, even thing you open your account, your organization account, and do all the necessary certification for your organization. So you can, maybe after the training, you can reach out to us on how to start an NGO.
Yeah, thank you so much, Gold. Miss, I think that should be Mr. Joben Ayamba. Please reach out to us, and all of these things, comprehensive. Because you see, in 2014, I started a nonprofit called um, Christian Charity Network, and at the time, I didn't even have any experience. But because it was a vision and passion, and I saw a lot of people, volunteer to join that passion, and we began something. But to be honest with you, it's not easy because I was I was the only, I was the one with the idea. I didn't really know much about nonprofit. Maybe if I had registered my nonprofit at the time, a lot of things will have happened, right? So it's good that you have someone mentor you. Don't go through the mistake all by yourself. You can get it, but it's gonna take a long time. So that is why it is important that you get someone who has been there, right, to help you to get to where you want to be. So, Joe Ben, please reach out to us, and we're going to help you, including your website, your social media, how to do, your social NGO structure, NGO vision and mission statement. All of these things are the things that Gold can help you with. All right, so let's go to the next question. Adebisi Oluwato saying, how can I come up with one-page website? Presently, we are not buoyant to have a main website. Look, Adebisi, you see, having a website, right, is not as costly as many people think, right? So if you have a considerable budget, like you said, you are not buoyant. If you have a considerable budget, talk to us. We'll find there are different ways by which, even if for us to set up a particular simple blog for you, at least you can start with a free blog, right? But there is how we can actually work with you. So reach out to us, and we are going to create a website for you. Of course, it's not going to be free, but you just pay for service fee, and then we'll create that website for you. And if you also want a full website, we can also give you certain budget, right? So let us know your budget, and then we'll be able to recommend the best way to go about it. Right. So, but even without a website, you can start with social media platforms, right? Like Facebook, and all of that. But website is actually very, very important as well. Olawumi Ayomide say, thank you, ma. All right. So people are appreciating you. God bless to say, or repost. Okay, maybe she's talking about what you can use to be reposting on social media. All right. So do we have any other question? Right. If we don't have any other question, so we are going to share something with you. That is the link to get your certificate is going to be shared very soon, just for you who are attending this program live, right? But before that, since there's no any other question, I just found out there's no any other question. So let's get to the opportunity to work with us. So if you want to work with Gold and I, right, this is the link for you to work with us, right? Just go to bit.ly. Okay, let me type it in the, but you can screenshot it right now. We're going to also share it in the group, bit.ly/work with us nonprofit. So we just have to create a link that is simple to understand. That is why we created that. So that's another tool, that you can use for your nonprofit, that BIT. So that's the link. So just fill that form. If you want to work with us, right, just fill that form, and then we will contact you and see if, it's something that we can do with you. So, we'll contact you, and then if you want to set up your NGO, let me even pin that already. If you want to set up your NGO, or you want to start up your social media platform to amplify your work, or you want to learn how to use all of those tools that we mentioned, right? Gold and I, we're going to work with you, right, to ensure that your NGO succeeds. Okay. To ensure that your NGO succeeds. And those things that we talked about, some people don't know how to maybe apply for Canva for nonprofit. Even though we have shown you how to do that, just go to those websites we gave you, or Google Ad Grant, or any other stuff like that. We're going to help you to set up a very, very structural nonprofit, right? So this is the link. Just go to bit.ly/work with us. We've put it there, right, so that we can work with you. Of course, it's not free. Okay, we want just to let you know, it's not going to be free, but we can have like a free 30-minute consultation call with you, right? If you have a nonprofit, and if you don't have a nonprofit, where you have organization, right? Let us know that. Just type none. Where we have organization, just type that you don't have a nonprofit, so we know if it is non-profit you want to to start, stuff like that. And Good and I, we work with you on that. All right, thank you so much, guys, for joining this webinar. I want to really, really appreciate Gold for taking, Gold is very, very busy. She's very, very busy, especially right now in Ekiti State. A lot of things are going. She was being called to train. She mentioned the fact that try to post what you are doing online, right? She doesn't need to tell people, please come and hire me to speak at your, or to come and train your NGO. She just needs to post about what she has done, and then you see people start calling her, and you too, after this webinar, perhaps by the time you get your certificate, or you can take a screenshot, right, that you attended this webinar, talk about it online, talk about what you have learned, right? These are ways by which somebody can just say, oh, you learned this thing, okay, can you come and teach us? These are ways by which you can promote yourself and what you do online. So that is the link. Take a screenshot of it, and then you can go fill that link later on, so that we can work with you for your nonprofit to succeed. All right, so the link to get your certificate has just been shared once more. So just go to that link, fill the link. Please, only people, make sure that you fill it before 12:10, because by 12:10, right, we're going to stop receiving the and we know that we just have like 14 people right now who are watching live, although there are 10 that we got up to 17. But make sure that you fill the form right now, okay, so that we can work with you. Thank you so much. Once again, Gold, we really, really happy. Do you have a final word you want to give to people before we leave? We close the webinar.
Okay, thank you, Shola Matthew. It's great hearing your
you.
voice again after a long time. So, and to all our participants, please ensure you leverage social media to carry out your work and run your not-profit effectively. Ensure you attend more seminars. Reach out to people that can help you to structure your organization, or if you're not even having an organization that you're working for, an organization, ensure you build your own capacity to help the organization you are working with, so that will sustain your relevancy in that organization. So for us Nigeria, we are on public holiday, so hope you're enjoying enjoy your holiday, everyone.
All right, thank you so much, Good. Happy Independence Day and happy holiday in Nigeria. Like she said, please, even if you don't have a nonprofit, maybe you work in a nonprofit, this is an opportunity for you can go back and step down this training, or share this link with maybe your funder or anybody, your executive director, and then you can, so that you can step down the training and teach them that, oh, these are some of the things that I learned, and this is what they are asking us to do. All right. So that way, you can promote your nonprofit as well. So guys, we want to say thank you so much. It's not easy to take out your time, about 1 hour, to be in this webinar. We want to say thank you so much for joining. We really, really appreciate your time, and we look forward to working with you to amplify the things that you do, to create more impact in the lives of people that you want. Thank you so much, and God bless you. See you some other time. Bye.
Bye.